Hello everyone, this is Garrett, and this is The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, and we are going back to the Light World, because magical things await us there. Like apparently not teleporting back to the Dark World when we teleport on top of a bush. Yes, but first of all, we are going to get some new upgrades now that we've beaten both the Misery Mire Dungeon and the Ice Castle Palace Place Majiggy. Yes, but first of all, we have to go to the castle before we can do that. I am talking oddly, but I don't know why. But yes, go to the castle where there is a Dark World portal, and you basically just need to get underneath that gate to get to said portal. And once you're in the Dark World, make your way to your house, or whatever it has turned into in this dark world of darkness and dark things. Yes. So go to the left where we find a sign. This way, bomb shop, which in my opinion is pretty much the same as your house. I mean, you go there once and then probably never again. Yeah. So there's this green person here and they have something to say. 100 rupees for 30 bombs. I also have a new super bomb in stock for only 100 rupees. Please buy it too, mister. No, I'm just gonna buy this one. Thank you very much. You can drop this bomb off anywhere. Press the A button, please don't forget it. So yeah, with this bomb, you can't jump off ledges or run, which is fantastic, but it follows you around and it looks kind of cute. So therefore, we are just going to keep it. And where we're going to take it is actually back where we came from, the large pyramid we saw. Well, we came from just a moment ago, to be honest. And you will soon see why, because there is actually a certain spot in that pyramid where you can use said bomb. And he dropped 8 bombs. That's rather a lot. I don't need that many. That would just be ridiculous and greedy if you ask me. But yes, take this bomb, get up the stairs, and put it in front of that thing. This crack in the wall, which you can only break with the super bomb. But fortunately, the bomb doesn't actually damage you for some reason. Not sure how that works, but there you go. So we get to this pond, and we will throw in our bow, because we don't like the bow anymore. We're just gonna throw it in some water. And there is a beautiful fairy indeed. Hello there, did you drop this? You are an honest person. I like you. I will give you something important. These are the silver arrows. To give Ganon his last moment, you definitely need them. I know I don't quite have the figure of a fairy. Ganon's cruel power is to blame. You must defeat Ganon. And that is exactly what we're going to do. Now we have the silver arrows. You need to defeat Ganon. But there's actually another thing we are going to throw into this pond, which is our very own weapon, which is our tempered sword, which will from this point on probably no longer be tempered, sadly enough. Hello there, did you drop this? I like another person. We'll get to something blah, blah, blah. You say the same thing as all the other feathers. Yes, we get the sword is stronger. You can feel its power throbbing in your hand. So yeah, now we have the golden sword, which is once again, a step better than the previous sword that we had, which is good. And now that we have that, we can make our way to the dungeon number 7, I believe it is, which I think is Turtle Rock. And why it's called that, you will soon find out. Yes, and I did not mean to walk into that enemy, but he doesn't deal that much damage anymore with this blue tunic, so I don't really mind. The rocks still deal a considerable amount of damage. I don't think you get less damage with this tunic when you get hit by those green boulders, so yes, it's a shame, but oh well. But yes, grab your hook shot so you can easily get over this hole and make your way to the right, where there is a secret Dark World portal underneath that rock. So we go to the Dark World, go back north, make our way past these place. I think there's a shop in this cave. I don't really remember for sure, but I'm pretty sure it's a shop. But that's not where we're going. We are going to go into a series of caves which all look kind of dull, and I'm not really sure why this area is here, but I guess they had a quote-unquote puzzle left, so why not put it in here? And this puzzle basically consists of nothing but going upstairs, falling in a hole, pushing a block, going upstairs, falling down a hole, going upstairs. It is just mostly falling upstairs and going up holes. And you can go to a hole further down so you can get these 2 chests, and I think they contain 20 rupees and some bombs. I don't really need rubies at this point anymore, so I'm not going to bother with it. Instead, I'm just going to make my way through this entrance, and there is a rock here that we can pick up to reveal this staircase, which is something we're going to get into first. And we can go to the left over there, but there's only really rupees there. But you can also go along this invisible path. At least I think on the Super Nintendo version it was invisible. On the emulator it seems to not be invisible, which is very convenient. But it might have been that I always just had a dark TV. I'm not entirely certain. If you go north here, there is a fairy fountain with I think some normal fairies in it. And I think up here there is a fairy fountain with a large fairy in it, but we are not going to bother with it. Also, I think I never actually pointed out that if there's a wall you can break, then if you poke it with your sword like that, it will make a different sound, so that's kind of convenient. But we mostly just came here for this piece of heart, which is only in the light world, so that's why we went back to the light world. And now we've gotten that, we can just jump back down here and make our way to the next dungeon, which is right here, but there's not really a way to get in here right now. This is Turtle Rock, and that looks awesome. But there is a small medallion thing that looks exactly like the Quake medallion, and there is one way of getting up there, basically. For as far as I know, there might be more, but this is definitely the intended method. You pick up this rock, and then you have to hit these three things in a certain order, which is right, up, left, which makes this portal appear and sends us back to the Dark World, where we are going to use our Quake medallion on top of the turtle, because we are meanies. And the turtle turns into a staircase, because that's how Quake works. Beautiful. So yeah, now that we've done that, we can enter the dungeon Turtle Rock thingy. And that Sharala thing basically says that you have to get a mana potion just in case. I'm not going to get one because I don't think I'm going to need it. But it is definitely recommended to bring one with you because you actually do need a fair amount of mana for the boss of this dungeon. So be careful that you don't lose all of your mana basically, and you should be okay. But use the wand of Somalia to make some platforms appear. And then light these torches with your fire rod. And I can't be bothered for this thing to go all the way around, so I'm just going to use the hook shot to fall down the hole and appear at the start again. Just slightly quicker. Go up here, and there is a thing with spikes, which is very nasty. But there's actually a small trick with the hook shot. If you use it, then you cannot take damage, as I mentioned earlier. This is the dungeon map, and this is a key. And I definitely prefer the key, personally. But yes, after you get the key, make your way back again. Go through that thing. There are other ways, but this is faster basically, so I'm just going to do it like that. Grab the mana from there because I would like to have full mana pretty much at all times, and use the wand of Somalia or cane of Somalia or whatever it is to go to this locked door over here, which we can now open with our brand new key, which we accidentally break with the door, but oh well. Kill this enemy to get another key. Open that door, and there's some chain chomps in here from Mario, which is very painful. Try not to get hit by that because it deals a fair amount of damage, as you can see, and I'm getting hit constantly, but that's okay because there should be... Okay, I'm being hit a couple times too many here, but not really anything to worry about because, as you can see, there is one of those mana-hogging thingies, and I'm gonna walk right in... Oh, no, I managed to avoid it somehow. I'm not really sure how that happened, but let's just go with it. Just gonna turn them all into fairies and then make my way to this little area where we can walk through the tubes. For some reason we're really fast when we walk through these tubes, and we don't even have to press any buttons when we walk inside it. So that's very lazy and very convenient indeed. And from here, first of all, take the first tube, because that is basically the way to get to that chest in the middle, which is something we need. So that's basically why I'm going there. Just gonna wait here for a little bit to make that thing appear and make it go into the wall, so I don't need to worry about it anymore, because that thing is kind of annoying. Not a very convenient place to be a bunny. And watch out for those lasers, because they basically start shooting whenever you look to the right, so be careful of that. And then grab the master key, or the big key, or whatever. It's all the same to me. And go through these tubes. where we can happily refill our mana and then walk back again, where we are going to go into the second row of tubes in that room with all the lava and whatnot. At least I believe there was lava. I don't really remember now. And now I'm curious, so let's see if there was lava or something else. Yes, there was lava. And we're going... No, not the first one. We're going to go in the second row of tubes, which leads us over here. And once again, we have to kill all the enemies, which is exactly what we're going to do, which shouldn't take too long, and go through the bottom door. And from there, go to the left, and look out. There are several eyes in the top over there, so make sure not to get hit by those. But basically blow up the wall and go through the door. Now this is actually quite a well-hidden piece of heart, because at this point you need to go in to the light world at this particular spot and go north here, where there is actually a little cave that you can't reach in any other way for as far as I know. So kill these enemies with our new silver arrows that look slightly shinier than our other ones, and basically just make him go that way to open the door by killing all the enemies. And inside this chest is the last piece of heart in the game. And as you can probably guess, the dungeon that we were currently doing contains the final heart container. So that is good, but yes, make your way back to the Dark World and use the wand of Samaria to make a platform appear and get the mirror shield. You can now reflect beams that your old shield couldn't block. It's actually quite useful. You technically don't actually need it, but it's definitely very convenient. But after you've done that, make your way up here, go through the tubes, and go up, where there is another enemy, which I don't think we really have to deal with, but I'm gonna kill it anyway, because I feel like being a meanie. And he has wronged me in some way, shape, or form. And he is not really wanting to die very gladly. There we go. 20 rupees. That's what we did it for. So happy now. But yes, after that, hit that block to get the key, which we need to open the door. If you don't have full health, then just use your boomerang or something similar to hit that button. And then make your way down into this room where I've gotten lost so many times it's beyond measurable, but I think I've got a fairly decent route down now. So basically just follow what I'm doing right here. Push this button first, because else you can't really do anything. And then make your way down here, where we go here. And I believe we go to the right, left here, and we make our way to the just opened door, the door that we just opened with that switch. Walk all the way to the other side of the room. Be careful not to get hit by the lasers. Nice slow motion action going on there, because there was too much going on. And most of these chests contain some rupees, but this one actually contains a key. Now, if you don't actually have the mirror shield yet, basically just kind of edge your way down slowly, very slowly, until it starts shooting. And then you can basically walk to the left. And if you do it just right, then you can do it without ever getting the mirror shield, and thus makes it slightly redundant. But it is still a pretty good shield and helps you reflect, or at least defend against some of the more powerful fireballs. So it is still very useful, even if you don't use it there. So just gonna turn that one into a fairy. Hit it, hit it. There we go. And a small puzzle-esque place here, but it's not too long. And that already brings us to pretty much the end of this dungeon. First of all, just gonna place a block over here with our red cane, and then get the mana from underneath that place. And slowly but surely make our way past these ominous torches and go inside the door, which contains 3 skulls, it would seem. And there's this thing, which kind of looks like Turtle Rock when I think about it. And I never actually realized this before, but there you go. Wait for this thing to start moving, and you can hit it. This is why you actually need the magic as well, because you need, in order to hit them, you first need to hit them with either fire or ice, depending on the color. Basically, hit the blue one with fire and hit the red one with ice. And you should be okay after you hit them a couple times. And after that, the middle part explodes as well. But there's more, because he turned into that thing after you've done all that. And at that point, you basically just need to hit him a couple times in the middle. And you should be okay. Not really the most difficult boss, but you do need to be careful to have at least some mana when you enter here, because otherwise you'll be in trouble. And this is also the only boss where the heart container actually spawns in the middle of the room, and that's, if I understand correctly, that's basically because there is a chance that he will die when his head is off screen, and that could have caused that the heart would have appeared off screen and then you wouldn't be able to get it ever, so that would be kind of bad. And that's why they did it. But yes, we saved the last maiden, which looks like Zelda. There you go. I appreciate your coming so far to rescue me, as I thought you are the legendary hero. I have felt this from the first time we met. Ganon is waiting inside of his tower to pass through the gate linking the two worlds. Once Ganon enters the light world, it is unlikely that anyone can stop him. But if he stays in the closed space of this world, you can find him wherever he runs. Now go to the Tower of Ganon. We will use our combined powers to break the barrier. Let's return in peace to the country without fail. Do you understand? Yes. May the way of the hero lead to the Triforce. So yeah, we just saved Zelda. She's still in a crystal, but there you go. I think she's pretty saved. She's in her pocket right here, so she should be okay. But anyway, that is pretty much all for this video. And in the next video, we are going to Ganon's Tower. So pretty much reaching the end of the game here. So I hope you enjoyed it so far, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.